Hey everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, December 11th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly trade ideas video where we bring you some of the stocks from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their moves. These videos, as always on Wednesdays, are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We're curating ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their lists with a link in the description of this video. So we got 5 names we're looking at in today's trade ideas video. The Fed just released a statement there on policy unchanged on rates. So rates unchanged here, just came across the tape a couple of minutes ago. So you may see some movement here in some of these stocks as the market digests that. But Fed announcement just came out, and we're going to look through some stocks now. So the first one on our list here is LDOS. This one here comes from IBD's list, and if we zoom out just a little bit here, what we can notice is that this has been in a very strong uptrend for quite a while now. You can see as we go back for certainly 2019 here, it started the year off around $51. It's trading at about $91. So we've seen approximately, about an 80% or so increase from the start of the year to where it's trading right now. So quite the run that it's had here. If we zoom in a little more specifically, you can see this recent digestion that started in September. We had this pullback off of highs from really around $89 where it topped out, down to about $78. So it had about a 10-12% pullback here. And then after that, it has launched higher, made new highs. Now you can see it's just kind of consolidating here over the past 2 weeks or so. You can see it's moved sideways. Today particularly had a high range day where we opened up higher. We undercut yesterday's lows, came all the way down to sub $90, reversed, and now you can see we're starting to move above, or at least attempt to close above the recent past 2 weeks of highs. You can see it is certainly intraday right now. Volume's already about average, so we're going to have a higher, an above average volume day, some above average range here as this starts to attempt to break through some of this technical resistance. So LDOS here acting well, just under its all-time highs, strong run for the year. Let's pay attention to it here, especially if it can close over this $91 area, could quickly be back to making new highs. So that's the first name there for your watch list. Number 2 here is a recent IPO from this year. So if we zoom out back in August, this hit the market here, and it's had a very impressive start. It's up about 230% from its initial trading day here, around $13. It's trading up at $40. So lots of momentum, lots of juice behind this name in the past couple of months. And what you'll notice here is we got some digestion going on. We have a consolidation pattern here, just over this call it $41 area. That's where we've seen buyers stepping in, supporting the stock. We've sold off to it a couple of times now, and we're just kind of tightening above it right here. So for me, looking at this name, if this can start to see some expansion, see some momentum, get a catalyst over, call it $48, $47 and change, that could really start to ignite this stock back in the primary uptrend to the upside. Of course, if it doesn't resolve to the upside, if it does start to resolve lower, if it starts to break below $41, then we can pay attention to that as well. There is an open gap down here back from November the 5th. So if you do think that this is more of a distribution topping pattern here, we can look for that as well. The primary takeaway here is that we do have some volatility compression in here. So we're getting tightening ranges, lower highs, and kind of firm lows at this point, but lower highs getting tight on price, and now we just want to look for that expansion. So INMD, that's number 2. And last but not least from IBD's list is PFSI. This one here in the financial services industry, which has been pretty strong as of late. If we zoom out here and take a look at it, this is a smaller cap name. kind of a specialty finance play. This did break out here in July of this year, and you can see it's had this nice run, especially for this particular stock and sector. This has been an impressive mover, and you can see now as it just trades off of its prior highs, or its highs here made just a couple of weeks ago. You can see we've got this nice kind of flag developing here, this nice pullback consolidation. So if you're looking at this as for a continuation pattern, if you like the stock underlying, or if you just want to get involved with some financial exposure, take a look at this name here. Over $34, starting to resolve this to the upside here would be something worth paying attention to. So those are 3 names there, all from IBD's list. 2 names from our watch list. First here is GOLD. This is an actual position, and I'm resurfacing this as sort of a trade idea and just kind of rediscussing. So this is a position we do have on long, so we do own this right now at the time of recording. And this was a initial idea back on the 27th. So Wednesday, November 27th here, we highlighted GOLD as a potential trade setup or an opportunity. We did have a position even on this day here when we first talked about it. So our, I think, entry on this, our exact entry was $16.42. So we still do have it. We did sell half of our position. I think we got literally the top tick of this day here, which is certainly a great lucky fill there, but we happened to get I think 1778 was the half size order where we did sell half of the position. So we did scale off some into strength after getting involved, about $1 or so lower. We took some profit there. We still have a half of this position on. We are looking for higher prices, much closer to $19 into the $18 to $19 area. But really, when we kind of zoom out here, we look at today's action, you can see this is firming up nicely. You got this nice kind of rounded bottom here that has taken place in this digestion pattern here over the past 5 or 6 months. Again, if we zoom out even further, if you go to a weekly chart, you can see that this is really starting to round out now and could just be getting going on a longer term basis. So for the particular trading that we're doing, more of a shorter term swing style. So we're not playing for, a multi-month or year plus hold, as perhaps even this weekly chart may suggest. But we are looking for the more tactical, getting involved here and kind of scaling off in this within this longer term trend. But GOLD shaping up nicely. Lots of gold stocks kind of have a similar, pretty constructive looking pattern here where they're trying to emerge. Some have already ran, some are still consolidating, but GOLD looks like it does want to start to move here. We do have a position, of course, so keep that in mind, but would like it for higher prices. Last but not least is FLGT. This comes from our watch list as well. This is in the healthcare space, so a little bit of a different look here, but if we zoom out and we take a look at this this pattern here, it hasn't been trading all that long. It IPO'd in late 2016 and initially kind of dove down to sub $5, down to as low as $3, 3 and change. But it did round out, and 2019 was the year where this really started to turn around. It's up about 300% on the year. It's trading just now back under its all-time highs and just above its IPO price. So it has certainly reclaimed some strength. If we zoom in here, we've got this nice kind of clear resistance kind of coming in, or the bulk of supply, so to speak, here around 1255. We, of course, briefly broke out, quickly rejected it, and now we're kind of contained back under this level. So for me, looking at FLGT over 1255, 1260 area, that's really where it needs to get back above to start to ignite to the upside. So a couple of different looks there, a few different things: reversals, breakouts, IPOs, consolidations. Hopefully something there looks interesting to you. Again, do your homework. Make sure you make sure these fit your strategy, your plan, your risk tolerance, and of course check those earnings dates as always. Even though I don't think we have too much, too much earnings getting reported at this time right now. So that's it. Thanks so much as always for tuning in every Wednesday. Trade ideas just like this. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here on Friday for the weekend market recap video.